Good morning, boys and girls. I wanted to kind of take a break to talk to you about these pages real quick and to realize that if we were in the classroom, we would be looking at nonfiction books every day and looking at the different components and the different characteristics that we find within nonfiction books. And I realized that we haven't so much done that this year looking at this writing unit. Essentially, my goal was to look at the books and learn through the books also while practicing writing our own nonfiction story. And I do want to tell you guys that I am proud of the work that you are putting in and of your writing so far. You guys are doing a great job. So I'm going to tweak this just a little bit so that way we are still looking at the books. This week I know is a little bit more confusing because we don't have the teacher lessons. I have some assessments hopefully that I'm getting finished up this week, and then we can get back to our normal schedule. So be on the lookout for that, and I'm going to try to see how to incorporate and get more nonfiction books into your guys' hands so that way you can look at them and you can use them. Looking at our packet this week, though, I did want to explain to you why you have some of the pages that we've already done. Some of you were saying that you didn't have the certain pages or different things. So I wanted to make sure that you had all of the pages, but I'm also going to tell you which ones that you could start working on your final copy for. Our Fascinating Facts page, you don't have to worry about the page number because I'm not looking at the exact book that you found your facts from, or maybe you use Google to find your facts. That's okay. I just am looking that you have your facts written down. Okay, so for Fascinating Facts, we've already done this, but if you didn't have this page, if you didn't do this, here is the directions for this page. Okay, if you've already done this and you already have your facts, I'm not telling you to find different facts. Okay, I'm just telling you the page. This page we've done as well. For Fascinating Facts, we are going to rewrite these into a story format. So this is not a final page. However, if you drew your drawing but you have eraser marks or like it was a rough draft, you could use this page as your final copy for the cover of your book. We are going to use this page for our final cover. So if you want to color your words, if you want to color your border, make sure that your animal type is on this line, and then make sure that you draw a picture that takes up the majority of the square. Okay, remember the books have large pictures on the cover, so your animal should take up the majority of the square, but also add some fun background behind them. Maybe your animal standing on a mountain or on sand, or remember when we looked at the bear and the bear's face was large, but then there was color on both sides. So you want to have this entire square taken up by picture or color. That is your goal. And then written and illustrated, you're writing your name down here. Okay. The dedication page. We've also done this already, but you could use this as your final copy. If you have your dedication page and you wrote it in pencil, maybe you want to find a marker or a pen. I would suggest a thin marker if you're using a marker, but maybe you want to write it with a pen and in your very best handwriting for your final copy. You could use this page for your final copy. You could color the border if you wanted. Okay, so if you did this page, or if you want to make your page fancier, here's another page for you. Your diagram of, same as the dedication page. this is the page that's going to be going in the book. So if you want to work on a final draft, you can write your animal on this line and then draw a picture that again takes up the majority of this square. And then make sure that you label your picture, because we talked about how a diagram is a labeled picture. So if I have a wolf, I'm looking at his warm coat. I'm looking at his sharp teeth for, well, that would require me to do more research. His sharp teeth for eating meat, though. They eat meat. I'm trying to think of what else is super special about a wolf. I don't remember. But one of our friends is researching a penguin, and he said, hey, I learned what the part of underneath the beak is. That's so cool. That would be labeled on your diagram. So again, make sure that your picture takes up most of this square. Add color to it. Make sure your labels are there. If you have your rough draft and then you have this one that you're using for your final, you could use a pen to label in your very best handwriting after you do it the rough draft time. This was our how-to. Okay. This page is also going to be going in our book. So up here is how to, what are you doing that's related to your animal? Are you how to save the penguins, how to save the turtles, how to give a dog a bath, different things. And then there was a drawing for each step. And then remember, this first step started with first, next, or then. And then the last one was last or finally. Okay, so start your 3 steps using those key words. Make sure you're using complete sentences. And you should have at least 2 sentences, maybe even 3, for each step, not just 1 sentence. And that brings us to this page. Okay, this is our different kinds of page. We have not done this yet. So I'm going to use my friend who's researching the penguins. He is researching a certain type of penguin, and that is okay. But for up here, I'm going to put different kinds of penguins. He's researching one kind of penguin, but we're going to include, hey, this is all about this penguin, but I want you to know that there's different penguins. If you're researching cats or dogs, you would put different kinds of cats or different kinds of dogs up there, because there's different breeds of cats and different breeds of dogs. Okay? So, once you have the general of your animal up here, so I think he's doing an empire penguin. He's just going to write penguin. I know some of you are doing cats. Maybe some of you are doing a certain species or a certain breed of cats. Up here, we're just going to write cats because we want this to be general. Then you're going to pick 4 different kinds of your animal. Okay? Maybe for, I don't know the different kinds of penguins. I know there's a macaroni penguin. So maybe for penguins, I know there is an empire penguin, and I would sketch a picture of an empire penguin. I know that there is a macaroni penguin. I would sketch a picture of a macaroni penguin. And macaroni penguin, fun fact, is my favorite penguin because it has the little, like here's his head. They have little yellow feathery things sticking out of their heads. What other kind of penguin is there that I know of? There's the little baby penguins like we see in the zoo. I don't know what those are called. They have a name though. I want to say that there's like a giant penguin. I don't know. So I would have to research these other 2 because I don't know. But let me show you this too, okay? I could research type of, wait, where are you? Okay. I don't know if you can still see this because as soon as I click here, let me make this smaller real quick. Okay, hopefully you can see this now. Type of penguins. So if I research types of penguins, oh, look, there's the Empire penguin, and I spelt it wrong on my page, so I would have to fix that. There's the macaroni penguin. I'll show you real quick the little yellow things that I was talking about. Maybe not, because it didn't work. That's okay. But look at all of these different kinds of penguins. Look at all of these different kinds of penguins. You don't have to do all of them. Pick 4. Pick your 4 favorite ones, and then you're going to draw your picture as best as possible. Okay? Remember the different ways that you can draw it. You can gently put your paper up to the computer screen and gently trace it. You could print your paper or print the picture out and then put it up to a window and trace it that way. You can maybe even print your picture out and cut it out and glue it on the square too. That's okay. But find 4 different kinds. So if you are researching and you need to know, so I'm going to say types of cats. Here's all of the different kinds of cats, and this probably isn't all of them, but there's different ones. So you're going to find 4 different kinds, you're going to draw a picture, and then you're going to label it, okay? And let me see, when we searched penguins, did they, to make sure that I'm saying this right, yep. So their label has penguin after every one. So I wouldn't just write Empire, I would write Empire penguin, macaroni penguin, okay? So that is your goal for today, is to work on any of the pages that you haven't finished yet. Maybe work on trying to make some of them your finished copies, your master copies, and then working on your different kinds of page, okay? Remember, at the end, you will have a chance to turn these pages back into me, and then I will bind them for you so that way you have your very own book that you wrote, and then we will have a publishing party after we're done too. So I'm very, very excited about this. You can use, to find the different types of your animal, you can use books on Epic, or you can also Google. I just showed you how to Google. Hopefully that showed up for you. If you have any questions, please ask an adult to email me, or you can comment. Some of you have learned how to comment on the schedule. You can add a comment to the schedule, and I get an email when you comment it, so I can communicate with you that way too. Okay? If you guys do have any questions or want a one-on-one Zoom with me, so that way I can help you, or you can ask if what you're doing is the right thing before you start your final drafts, that would be absolutely fine. Just let me know, and have a great day.